Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the Established 1982 Podcast, the Geek Culture Podcast, hosted by responsibly irresponsible adults that have loved video games, comic books, movies, and TV ever since 1982. It is Wally Analog here, and I'm sitting across from, of course, the gatekeeper of civility and order, Rolls Royce.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and we are blessed again with the homie, and you know he's a shinobi. It is the Cerebral Ninja. Yeah. Hattori Hanzo has joined us once again. Oh, it feels like old times.
What's up, fellas?
Yes, welcome back, sir. Welcome back. We wanted to bring you back particularly because we always first of all we miss you. That's first
miss
thing.
You all too.
That's first thing.
Thank you.
I'll just keep it real. But I have to say though, I miss the hate that comes from you. No one distributes hate. better. And I almost feel like you have been a mentor to me. Because as you know, I've had to take up the mantle of that of the distribution of hate, and I've been wanting to ask you if I'm doing the discipline justice.
100%.
Okay, good.
There's a little meme of a guy like kneeling before this big like demon thing, whatever, like presenting his sword, handing it over, and I think it's a very appropriate representation of what's happened here. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Well, in your absence, somebody had to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I can't ask the more optimistic and positive member of the podcast to take on such a mantle. So I decided to be that person.
Nicely.
But welcome back, man. We miss you. And
notice my silence.
yeah. He's still trying to keep.
If I may take a moment to say, I absolutely love Wish Windu, and she brings a very much needed, fresh and new perspective to the podcast. So I look forward to all of her bits on the show, and really, really love what she's doing.
That's fact.
And I've texted you as many times before, but just want to say that here on the podcast as well.
Yes, that's facts. Yes, especially if we get to talk about Star Wars.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Oh man.
Yes.
I just be sitting there. Education.
That's correct. Yeah. It's a symposium.
I agree with.
Yes.
I agree with all of the above except for Sugar Knight, Monica. So.
You don't like that.
I don't like
he
Sugar
doesn't
Knight.
like
I don't like that.
I don't like that. Dole.
Oh,
but today, without any further ado, we will be talking about She-Hulk, the Disney series, and this is our post-game episode. We've been trying to do a thing where we do pregame, we do halftime, and midway through whatever the series in question, and the postgame, summarizing our complete feelings over the course of the entire run of the show. So there's no need to really go into. We do the synopsis and all that, and you do that so very well every time we introduce. So we're just gonna. So do you want to just start by giving our thoughts overall, and then some of the things that we liked or disliked, or whatever the deal is?
We can start with thoughts.
Let us start with our guest, with our distinguished guest. As we, because I don't. Okay, here. Can I ask you this before we start? But when it was announced that they were going to do She-Hulk, how were you feeling about that? Like, what were your thoughts initially? And then you can go into what your feelings were.
My thoughts initially are, this is not a character that I particularly care about or am interested in. However, Marvel has just completely won me over this past, decade or whatever of making these things. And honestly,
a little over a decade now.
Honestly, I mean, we have the running gag and the text chain. There we go. I'm still there. If they put out a trailer tomorrow that says Little Red Hen, if it's got the white logo and red background that says Marvel on it, like, I'll be like, all right, well, who's the hand rolling with? Who's the squad? Who they fighting? Right? So like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. They got to put out 4 or 5. They have to put out. They have to make. I already forgot the name of it. Eternals. They got to make 3 or 4 Eternals like in a row
before you get off the train.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, or 4.
Exactly.
Yeah, or another. So, what about one more Thor: Love and Thunder? Because it don't take number one more of them.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So yeah, so honestly, don't care about the character. Didn't care about the character. I do now. Didn't care about the character, but I knew that Marvel was going, likely do right. So I was excited for another Marvel property, but not for the character in particular.
Right. We talked about this a lot, man. Like, they do, at least, leading up to this point, they've had a history of making you care about Ant-Man and talking raccoons, and we always talk about that. So if you can pull it off, then fine.
Correct.
Yeah. So, but
yeah, they continuously surprise and prove the ability to make me care about things that I didn't care about before. If you'd have told me, 7, 8 years ago that Ant-Man would have one of my favorite moments in the whole saga at the end of Endgame, him just haymaker and that giant whale fish thing, and like that kind of stuff, man. Just like I could never have predicted that. Yeah, I heard Ant-Man, and I'm like, Ant-Man, but so they can't lose. Well, they can, but rarely.
Yeah, it's to the point now. It's like if it would be critiquing Jordan on a bad game. That's what it's kind of like. It's like you still know he the dopest. And, he had a bad game, Now, if he start having a whole bunch of them, he might be nearing retirement or something. You see what I'm saying? I guess that's what it's like.
Yep.
Yeah. Rose.
It would take multiple Wizards seasons.
And he actually had a few good Wizards. Right. That's very impressive coming from somebody who don't really deal in sports. That's well done.
He was the sole person that got me to enjoy NBA basketball.
Okay, all right.
When he retired, I was done with it.
Well, that solidifies our opinion of his being the GOAT. When the casuals come and they leave when he leaves, there you go. GOAT. Derail. Rose, your feelings when they announced? We've talked about it before, but I'm just kind of were you like? What when they said She-Hulk? We giving you this She-Hulk.
Again, Marvel has done a good job of at least setting the environment that you'll give them a chance. Like the track record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
So it's like now y'all are reaching with the little red hen, but I do understand the sentiment because if they come out with Howard the Duck, that's gonna be a. Are
you gonna be there? They bring that Howard the Duck out ninja.
That's gonna be a
Howard
tough
the Duck.
watch.
Come on in.
Thursday night, 7 p.m. showing. Yes, sir.
Good Lord,
Center.
Boy, that's serious right there. Because I don't know if I can say that for sure.
I watched the original and it was awful.
I did too. We all did.
Yeah. So it's good. Definitely be better than that. But it'll have that good tissue, that connective tissue.
There it is.
Charming.
There's that word. The tissue.
Yeah, so I was interested. So it's not even a question. And I don't know why we even asked that question. We end up just showing up there anyway.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But we're gonna. And that's why I wanted to ask.
It says Marvel and it says Studios.
But see, that's why I wanted. That's why I asked the question, though. Right.
Right.
Irrespective of your feelings.
Correct.
They've come to a place where I'll give it a shot.
Right.
Even if my arms are folded, I'll give it a shot. Right?
Which is pretty amazing. Like, that's brand loyalty.
That's what I'm saying. And that was really the point of me asking the question, right? I'm trying to underscore something without actually saying it,
Right.
And but of course
it's
I'm
like
saying
Apple.
it now.
Like
but,
they're the Apple of movies. Like,
yeah, we're going to get it. Yeah.
I know you don't use Apple products,
no.
but I mean, Apple releases something. It's like,
and we got to have it, even if it was the same as the last one.
Gotcha. Yeah, bad example.
But it doesn't. Brand loyalty. But that's what you're supposed to do, right? Like BMW some years ago. I can't remember how many years ago, because they didn't really have what was known as a small like a low trim, like a starter vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
But they got into the whole business as to attract young, new professionals in corporate America or whatever, so that they could have their first BMW and, again, as you were saying, establish that brand loyalty, so that whenever they get a new car, if they put one, I'm going BMW. I'm not even going to look at anything, and I'm not going to doubt that whatever they put out is going to going to not be good. Right? It's not going to let me down.
Consistent quality.
Yeah, Ford F-150 kind of stuff, right? Like we don't even really market. It's the best selling truck year after year, and you don't even see hardly any commercials for them.
Right.
Right. So. Me on the other hand, I'm a negative person, and when I heard She-Hulk, I folded my arms. And,
I don't know. You need to give in, man. You fold your arms, but you still show up.
But again, that is the point I'm making.
Right.
Because you might very well miss out on something because of obstinance. Right. You don't want to. Right. Just check it out.
Right.
Don't just rule it out just because. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've made a mistake. I've made mistakes doing that. I did it with Ms. Marvel. I didn't watch until it was like 3 episodes in.
Right.
And then I ended up really liking the series. Mm-hmm. So I did the same here, and there were some expectations I had, but a lot of them were negative, and I was like, I don't really need this series. I don't know what they're doing. I had already had a sour taste in my mouth for what was a terrible phase, which I will pat myself on the back and say it was bad from the jump. It was the worst from the jump.
It's not over yet.
It ain't. Well, see, we're not going to give it an A+ because they're going to close it.
But I'm saying,
I know what you're saying though.
You can't give it.
They're closing it out with the dope closing ceremony.
You can't give it the
but
Infinity War credits. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man. Listen. One movie ain't gonna save this phase.
You never know, man.
Man,
but I'm not caping. I'm just saying.
Man, come on now. A lot of misses in this phase, bro. Eternals.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thor.
Okay, look. I know this is a derail, but honestly, about this phase, sure, it can't compete with some of the others.
Yes.
But I feel like this is this is a reset. This is a place setting phase, basically. Right. It has no direction at this point.
I would agree.
Here's a new person. Here's a new person. Here's a new person.
Correct.
Now, how they will all interact, what their common agenda or goal will be revealed later. Yeah, yes. they're just setting.
I agree with you. You're 100% right. Yeah. You're 100% right. And sometimes you just gotta, serve up the mediocre, I guess. And I say that only when comparing it to stuff like we're used to saying. Right. That's all. And but when I saw the slate, I was just like, well, we're gonna have to fight through this one, bro. Irrespective of what our opinions are. So, but long story short, wasn't really excited about She-Hulk. Got into it. And I even said on the halftime show that we did, Tuition and I did, I was just like, if you left it out, I wouldn't be like, oh, shucks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't, but I don't, I'm not like, ooh, it's trash either. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right, so, it is what it is for, what it was. Now, as far as what I've feel, as far as if I liked the show, I would say I liked it more than I didn't like it. I mean, there were some times I really enjoyed it, and the humor was well placed.
Right.
Like we always talk about.
Were you gonna get Hattori to?
Yeah, you know what? Let him do. Yeah. Matter of fact, I would. Yeah, go before I get started. Yeah.
Oh, just like a general. Like,
your whole feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like they have a motto in public speaking and like software development and like all kinds of things that the KISS keep it simple stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my favorite motto is Kim, keep it moving. And boy, that's what this show does, man. They keep it moving. I really enjoy it. 37-minute long run times. They get in there, they get out. They never leave me bored. The phone never comes out. I find it entertaining. It's not the same old.
Mm-hmm.
going into it, wasn't sure what I was going to get, and then right away they let you know with the fourth wall breaking, and she even literally says lawyer show, like first episode, so it's like once you settle in, I'm like, oh, okay, like this is a goof. This is Ally McBeal. In fact, Ally McBeal.
That's all it is.
On the TV in
That's
the background.
all it
but like
is.
this is Ally McBeal.
Yep.
In the MCU.
Right.
And once you settle in on that, like, man, I loved it. It was a good time.
Okay.
It was something new, it was something different, and yeah, I was there for it.
It's interesting that you mentioned that, because did you watch Ally McBeal? You're the type of guy that don't like that type of stuff, right? Like you don't like that kind of stuff. So is it because they be fighting? like what made you change your mind? Like because you hate this kind of stuff. But with Disney's stamp on that thing, it's okay. Like, so.
Yes, to me, what makes it funny is they're talking about stuff. It's set in a universe that I'm very much in love with. And they're talking about people and things that I am invested in. So to go back to it, it's that connective tissue, because they really are moving things forward and they're making things happen. And they're like if it was just some dude talking about how he was that everyone was getting it wrong, and he was telling his perspective of the crimes that he committed, that's not super compelling. But when it's the Abomination explaining what he did in the Incredible Hulk from his perspective, and you go, when he's finished with his speech, you go,
yeah, I feel that. Yeah, that's right.
So that's what makes it good to me. Is it's the who's doing it and the where it is, and the so the what of lawyer sitcom show. But any other measure would be like, I'm not watching that. But when you set it in this universe with these characters and you're discussing these events, then that makes it compelling to me. And then I am able to appreciate the humor.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. This is just my opinion. Now, I almost feel as if it wasn't the first priority, which I'm sure it probably wasn't, it was certainly the second priority to use a legal environment to flawlessly introduce Charlie Cox and Daredevil.
Oh man.
I mean, I don't know.
I felt like it was intentional from the jump.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If it wasn't the number one priority, it was certainly number two.
It was number one.
Certainly, because okay, so
I'm pretty sure it was number one.
Yeah, because I don't want to feel, because we really didn't get to see him until late, right? We got a ton of She-Hulk and her misadventures as Jen and things like that, and I appreciated all of that. I also appreciated how in leading up to the show, they show you Abomination, right? Like, there he is, guys, and you're thinking, uh-oh, it's going to be that's who we're dealing with. When no, not really. Yeah. Matter of fact, not at all. He's just kind of in passing. He's there, and he serves a really significant purpose in helping her deal with what I felt was the most compelling part of the show, was her psychological decline. That's what I enjoyed most about this show. How and I said it on the last show, right? The diminishing of who she is as a person and everything that she's accomplished as that person being diminished by She-Hulk, somebody who she didn't want to be, but then started embracing and couldn't see herself not being She-Hulk. It was a crazy ride and a psychological case study, man. That to me was more fascinating than anything. And then I laughed during the whole thing. So I think that's what I appreciated about it. But again, like if they didn't do it, or they didn't have that show, I wouldn't have been disappointed. But at the same time, I appreciated the things that they did well, for sure. Rose, why are you looking like that?
No, I just.
Why he looking like that, man? He looking like, man.
It's just it's a really like. I think what I really love about the show is it trolled the whole audience.
Now that was brilliant too.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I mean, they like. I think it was like episode 4. It was a Just Jen episode, and she said, "Hey guys, there's not going to be any She-Hulk
right.
in this episode.
I'm going to a wedding.
Yeah.
And weddings always pop up when you don't want them to in the most inconvenient time.
Right.
So buckle in and watch this wedding.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So like
Yeah.
that was when I really was like, I'm on board.
Yeah.
I think the thing I struggle with, and that's probably why I was giving the look, is I don't understand. I'm still struggling with Marvel's approach with the Hulk. And I know, and granted, the reason I brought up the trolling first is because that is still there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Like,
it's the elephant in the room for sure.
It's rough. It's like every time they address Hulk, like now that first episode was great when he was showing her powers and they were fighting. That stuff was great. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Her origin was
trash. Yeah, I ain't like that. I didn't like that.
I mean,
I didn't like that at all. There's a million ways they could have done that. That was terrible. It felt rushed to get. I mean, but to Tori's point, KIM, and so they just fed us some little, instant grits, and just deal with it.
And that's what
I would have liked it.
But I was okay. I guess by episode 2, I was okay with it.
Yeah,
I
you just forgot about it. Yeah, you just kind of dealt with it.
But I had a
it stuck with me. It
reason,
did, man. It stuck with me for a minute until the show started developing into what it really was. Yeah.
But for some reason, I guess I struggled with that because I was like, they really didn't explain her origin.
Yeah, I rewrote that thing a million times in my head, man, and you still could have had a 35-minute show. but whatever.
Yeah, and then the whole yeah. What were we gonna say?
If it was another network or if it had been one of the Netflix shows or something, it would be like episode 1 is just her lawyering and her troubles in life and whatever. Episode 2, she goes on a trip with Bruce, and then they do their thing, and then she has the accident. And then episode 3, hand wringing about whether or not she's gonna survive. And okay, I'll do the blood transfusion for whatever reason. And no.
Yeah,
crash. Blood got on her. Done.
Yeah, but I guess
radiated. She survived because she's got the same genetics he does, and whatever anomaly allowed him to survive it did the same for her. Done. Move on.
You still could have done it. Actually, you didn't need 3 episodes though. Like I said, I ran that thing in my head a million times, and there's 1,000 different ways they could have done it, and still could have had 35 minutes and had done it in the first 10 minutes.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make.
It was not done well.
But that's the point I'm trying to make too, though. That's where I struggle, because I think that's part of the trolling too. I think Marvel has a formula, like, and when they got to the end, I was like, oh, okay. Now, am I excusing that because they did that at the end? I'm not sure. but normally Marvel does not do that. They'll take a little time to say, this is how this person got here. Mm-hmm. With this, it just felt like, again, pointing back
grits, man.
Well, pointing back to the last episode, they did that retro, the retro Incredible Hulk that sequence, which I thought was
that was
great.
I appreciated every minute of that. It's funny because I don't know how many of the kids are aware of that. They probably didn't even know what was going on there. Some of the younger generation that watched that, they would have to be schooled.
Right.
But we appreciate it. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
I would say, and I guess let me get to my feelings on it. So my feelings on it is I loved that they wrote it in this way. I love that they use comedy. They were true to the comic book. I mean, breaking the fourth wall.
Yep.
So
yeah, no problem with that.
I would say this show is definitely a palate cleanse from the formulaic, the pattern that they use with all of their shows and movies. Mm-hmm. And I do feel like they left the door open, no pun intended, for like a Deadpool. Mm-hmm. Like whenever that comes out. I guess it'll be 2024.
Yeah, we don't even know anymore. They pushed it, right?
Yeah, with Wolverine. But anyway, like we accept it now that in the Marvel universe that fourth wall can open. Now, what they do with it is going to be interesting as well. But I like that they focused in on the people I hate in geek culture.
Yeah.
The incels and the folks that just
the angry men.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I really appreciate that they went out of their way to just say, hey guys, like y'all are toxic. Like,
that's what made the finale so great, right?
Yes.
Everybody thought we're gonna get a fight. No, you ain't get no fight.
But see, we're conditioned to do
that. Yes, because
like,
we're thinking, oh, it's time to fight the toxic dude and get ready for the That was the most genius written, at least one of the most genius written finales I've ever seen. It was just so all over the place.
Because
but like you're saying, they were intentional about pointing the finger at those who they knew would have a problem with the show from the jump.
And also playing with our
because we
expectations too.
As Marvel fans. Yes.
But if you look at the series, there was they were so all over the place that it wouldn't make sense for them to have a big fight at the end.
Right.
And this, what are we going to do with her blood? And, her blood is going to, crap out an Infinity Stone or like whatever.
It did not follow the roadmap at all.
Right.
It did not. The blueprint.
So the writing made sense when you got to the end. It all made sense when you got to the end episodes. Like, well, of course they're not going to fight. There wasn't any tension between Abomination and her.
No.
Why is a Hulk jumping back in?
Right.
This dude's in outer space, which I have that was my only problem. Is I don't understand the treatment of Hulk.
Yeah, they continue.
The son of Scar looks. This dude looked like when Rihanna announced that she was having a baby, and they cued to Drake at a basketball game. He looked like that dude and LeBron's hairline. Like, I mean, what was that, man? And Hulk's like, this is my son. It's like, what is happening here? Yeah. That's not getting me excited about World War Hulk.
No.
And I don't even know if they're going to even do World War Hulk.
Well, they would have to pair him up with somebody in the MCU because they can't do it.
I don't even want them to do it.
I don't either.
I don't want them to do it.
I don't either. I want this Hulk to just die.
Just stay in the She-Hulk universe.
Go away.
I'm done.
Don't even come back. They keep giving me this Hulk, man. And dude, I was so glad. I had talked to Mr. Nuts, one of our most wonderful friends, and he's a content contributor, and that you have no idea on what level. And we were just talking about the fact that, man, this is after that first episode. I told him, I was like, man, you probably won't see him anymore, because he refused to watch it. Right, and that is so very unlike Mr. Nuts. So
right,
but that love for Hulk would not even allow him to watch anything with the word Hulk in the title. He couldn't do it. And I told him, without spoiling it too much, I said, hey man, they're not gonna show the Hulk anymore. I guarantee you after that first episode, and they really didn't. They just needed him for the beginning
to get
to the stuff, right?
Yes.
And so I was like, man,
which was perfect. I love that
the irony is he did more Hulk stuff in that first episode than he's done in the last 5-6 years.
Wow.
Which I'm curious, yeah, because like to me, I thought that would satisfy people to a certain extent.
A degree, yeah.
They fixed the baby arm. I mean, so he's free to at least physically do Hulk stuff now. I mean, I
he does look like
he's still dabbing and handing out tacos, and
wearing glasses as if for some reason his vision is impaired.
But at least he's physically back to
that he is. Yeah. But it ain't enough.
Who does his wardrobe?
Can I roll it?
I don't know. Yeah.
Can I roll it back 1 second?
Sure.
That I share Rose's love of just the needling of the incels and the toxic, gross dude fan base.
Get your sword out, sir.
It delights me. It's one of those where I know what they're doing, And I can, as the episode is playing out and as they're portraying these people as just the absolute scum of the earth, I see the clearest vision of the anger of these people watching it, because they hate it and they say they hate it, but then they watch every episode, right?
Right.
So just seeing them, I can picture it in my mind, their reaction as they're watching themselves being portrayed on screen, and I just
Right.
eat it up. So I really love it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the best, and they do it with they do it on all sorts of levels. So I mean, this is doing the incels and misogynist, gross dudes online, but they'll do it with racist and with just all kind of stuff. They cover all, they run the gamut, and I really love it. It's an intentional thing that's been in these stories here lately, and I really like it. So
right, yeah, I really like that they kept that in the writing. Yeah, just double down on it.
Yeah. It wasn't a matter of keeping it. It was a foundation of the story.
Right. And paying it off at the end was beautiful. Like,
yeah.
And let
they
me
were
say
all
this.
grouped in there in their little group.
Yeah. Let me say this about Marvel. If I watch Wakanda Forever and that dude is in there and they get and
he's got that spear
and somebody gets their spear back, I mean, bravo. That is just like he literally signaled Wakanda Forever.
If they don't do it, it's criminal. Like, you got to do it now.
Right.
You got to do it. Pay it off, man. That's old school MCU right there.
Right.
That's phase 2 and 3 MCU right there. If they do that, man, they need to do that. I agree.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Like they, there was that, and then there was another cue at the end where they were like, okay, we need to cut away so the CG artist can work on it, and it was like, and they played the doot 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 like that. They were playing that music. I was like, oh man, I was like, they know exactly what they're doing. Like it's just, I think that's where that brand loyalty comes from. Like it's like they actually care. Like they're really like writing that stuff in there. It's not happenstance. Like it's intentional and it's well placed.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that so much because by episode, I don't know, 3 or 4, I realized, yes, every time she would transform back to Jennifer or into the Hulk, they would cut to the reaction shot from the person that was with her. And I was like, oh, this is a budgetary constraint. And then for them to just like, just shine a,
they
put
just
a lampshade on it. Yeah, just shine a light on it. Like, yes, that is 100% why we cut away every time she transforms, because it's expensive. And I just love it. It's just hilarious.
Right.
And it was a criticism when the first episode came out. That was the story. Like the CG. I don't know about the CG.
Yeah, she looking funny. Yeah.
And I was.
Which, by the way,
go ahead.
What's that?
But just by the way, that is insane to me. But that's me being old, because I remember a time where CGI and TV show was like what?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even it wasn't even an option that your show would have CGI.
How dare you even bring anything that ridiculous up? It's not a positive. It's not gonna happen.
Right.
I remember losing my mind when that PlayStation 1 Gorilla Grodd showed up on The Flash, thinking it was the greatest thing ever. It's like, I don't know. So and people are spoiled. I think these young
they're young, man. They're young and they don't know. They're born into this dopeness. Yeah, you got kids who
I think it's perfect. This is a TV show. I think it's perfect.
Their first system was a PS5. Like these kids, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you can tell the difference. Like there were some shots where I was like, they spent money on that. Yeah. Like when she turned to the camera on that first episode, I was like, man, her hair even was kind of flowing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot going on.
But then there were some other shots where it's like, I could poke a hole here. I could point this out and go, this is bad. But I didn't care. The effort was there. Like you're not gonna get that anywhere else. Like I don't know. Like it all blended to me. It was almost like I had a mental kind of like shader that just went over the whole episode. Yeah. Even if they did make a mistake, I didn't care, because it was like, there's She-Hulk.
Yeah.
they used a stunt woman that was 6, like she's really tall, and then they did the CG around her, and I accept it. So again, we've just and Hattori, we talked about this in another episode, but I really do feel like we have just gotten spoiled. Like, we're in the golden age. Like, I mean, years ago, we wouldn't even have thought that we were going to get a She-Hulk movie, a She-Hulk show, Moon Knight. I mean, Werewolf by Night? You kidding me?
They're just putting it out there, man.
Yeah, it's like some obscure comic from the 70s gets a show.
They're not dealing in obscurities back in the 80s and 90s, bro. They not.
Right.
They don't
It
have,
was
they
like,
don't have
is
that
it
kind of money and
Batman
time.
or is it Superman?
Is it Batman, Superman, Spider-Man? That's what you're going to get on TV. Hulk.
Right.
You know, people that you ask on the street, hey, man, give me 3 superheroes. That's what you're gonna get on TV.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get, you know what I'm saying? You're not getting no Shang-Chi.
Right.
And no Moon Knight. You're
Bloodshot.
not
Bloodshot.
Bloodshot.
We have a Bloodshot movie.
There's a Bloodshot.
And it was, I mean, the graphics were decent on it.
And that's where it ended, ain't it?
Right.
That was a good COVID movie. That was a good. I'm stuck in the house,
Right.
and I'm afraid of this COVID.
Right.
It was the first few months or whatever. Yeah, that was good for that.
Right. It was a good salve.
But you see, they hadn't done anything else with it since then. Some garbage.
Them is out of here.
Yeah, it was a valiant effort.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice.
But yeah, so let me ask you this, Hattori and Wally. Like, what do you think Marvel's going to do? How do you feel? What do you feel about? How do you feel about Marvel using She-Hulk in the, I guess, the bigger universe? Like, I mean, you know, outside of the TV show, like, how do you think she's going to fit in? Is she going to be part of the? Is there going to be a new Avengers initiative, or like, how is she going to fit? Because they're doubling down on this comedy. Yeah. How does she fit into the bigger narrative?
You know what, man? Wish and I had this conversation offline, man, and I particularly believe that she's just kind of gonna exist and want to be who she is in her own universe. Like we were talking about, man, I really think Daredevil was the reason, you know, to bring this. I mean, for this show, like one of the reasons for this show. Like, let's get Daredevil back in here so he can do what he does. But I don't know that she'll be. I think she'll be available if they need her for some stuff, but she's still kind of a reluctant hero, and she just kind of wants to be a lawyer, you know, before anything else. Mm-hmm. Like, she just wants to be accepted, and she wants to, you know, continue to work in her profession. She's not ready to, you know, square off against no big bads. That's not, you know.
Right.
Now, her cousin keeps telling her, hey, man, at some point you're gonna have to.
Right.
So there might be this thing where she's gonna decide whether or not, hey, in this instance, I'm going to have to lend a hand here, but I don't know that she's going to be a part of this team.
Right.
And they're going to be just putting movies out, and she's going to be running alongside them. I think it's going to be kind of like a convenient drop in.
Right.
You know?
It won't be like Kang is in the courtroom going like, you know, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, Miss Walters.
Well, see, if you do that, you're gonna have to introduce. That's funny. That is funny. I got that.
All right.
Yes, New Jack City for that's ice.
Miss Walters.
But it would have to you'd have to do it in a funny climate, right? So
right.
So, you know, unless that variant of Kang is kind of goofy,
yes,
you know.
That could play well.
It could play well, but you got to be careful, and that's one of the reasons one of the things I liked about She-Hulk is that humor where humor belongs, right? It was all where it's supposed to be. It was comic appropriate and character fitting and things of that nature. Like Deadpool is hilarious. He's supposed to be that, right? Like nobody want to see serious She-Hulk. Nobody wants to see that. Like
I want to see shades of.
Well,
She-Hulk.
I mean, I think you got that right,
Right.
when she finally broke, and the frustration of having been recorded and
Yes.
exploited. And
Yeah, that was terrible.
that was that right. But see, it that was the only time she was out of control. If you remember, she went off and she wasn't even speaking words anymore. She
Right.
went like old school Bruce Banner Hulk and was just growling and no words. She just stopped using words and was just ready to smash stuff.
Which
Like
goes
she
back
had
to the
gotten
first
her break point.
Yeah,
breaking point.
which gets back to the first episode. Bruce warned her. It was like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's like
this
this
will.
is you think you got it under control because you've done, you've dealt with, the misogynist on this level and all the things that you've had to deal with in achieving everything you've had to, you've
Well,
achieved
he
in this-
started with that, but I think he was surprised. I honestly, he's
Yeah.
just like, I've been angry. You guys make me angry all the time,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is nothing.
Right.
Which I thought was a really nice touch.
But everybody has a breaking point.
exactly.
And so
True.
it was so well done that it happened when it happened.
Right.
And the way that it happened. And everybody sympathized with her.
Right.
And I was kind of ready for her to throw some people over a building. I was ready to see. I was a little disappointed that she
Right.
didn't get to, but I liked how they had written that part. So
Right.
So she, like I said, long story. Going all the way around the world. Just say that I think she just might be conveniently dropped in when needed. But I think she exists best in her element. Just living her life in the streets and being trying to date and being a
Right.
lawyer. It just works better.
Yeah. And let me ask this
Yeah,
question. Oh, go ahead, Hattori.
No, I was just gonna say same here. Yeah, man. I think that really it's gonna be. She will get in there if it is something that really requires a
Hulk.
gang situation, something like that. But otherwise, I think that she is content to stay in her own thing. I mean, she spent countless years and a lot of money to acquire the skill set to do her profession, and that's primarily that's who she is first and foremost, I think. But when she said there, and I think that was the final episode or one of the ones that was close to it about those people that aren't doing the right thing, that she's coming for them.
Right.
And
Yes.
as Jennifer as She-Hulk, and she said both.
Yes.
So
Right.
she's expressed the willingness to get in there into the
Put
hero
that work in.
Right.
foray. Yeah. So I really look forward to it.
The other thing and again, I'm trying to be careful not to, because I'm going to sound like one of those guys where it's like, we're talking about She-Hulk, but I keep coming back to the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's because there's just this historical context with the Incredible Hulk and like what he means and what he represents, whatever that means. The thing I don't understand is how just stepping away from the show for a minute and just the deal itself, right? So Hulk, the rights to Hulk is with Universal. And Marvel can't really
Do a solo.
do solo movies with Hulk.
No.
Just because of that deal.
Right.
But with She-Hulk, and I guess that contract is different than like the Spider-Man, because the Spider-Man contract is
It's
like
universe. It's like a Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse,
thing kind of deal.
yeah, like if
I don't
you
know
touch-
that She-Hulk is part of a Hulkverse.
right.
As
They
it were.
that contract
They have
must
rights to that guy.
right, but
Hulk.
I guess She-Hulk, because Marvel definitely put their stamp on She-Hulk and said this is ours.
Yeah, they double down. Yeah.
right. Even when she's interacting with Kevin,
Like it's almost
which is dope as well.
Yeah, it
like
was.
when she broke
Yes.
through that, like
Yeah,
that was
crazy.
dope. But I wanted to ask that question. Like, it felt like She-Hulk is not connected
it
to
doesn't.
that Hulk contract. They could do a She-Hulk movie if they wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, they can.
Well, actually, I could be wrong on this tonight. We could look this up. I think the terms was it was a TV show. The limitations around a movie, but a TV show. They could do what they want.
Yeah, okay.
So I feel like they might run into the same issue with her if they try to make a movie.
Okay.
I could be wrong
Could that be why when she asked Kevin at the end, I'll get my own movie? He was like, no.
Ah,
That dude was like,
right,
no,
right.
no.
Yeah.
And he said it quick too. He's like,
Right.
No.
I missed that part. So yeah.
So that might have something to do with it.
And I think that's smart. If
it's funny. They're addressing it and they're making it funny. He was like, "Nah, you ain't gonna see it until we get these papers signed or whatever." You know what I'm saying?
And they're using her to address it, not Bruce.
Right.
Because it's like, why is this dude getting a baby arm? Like, why we keep handicapping Hulk? Like, what's happening here, guys? Like, yeah. I don't know. It's just,
Yeah, she asked all the questions that we wanted to know, and most of them.
Yeah,
like,
but
ask again.
She asked about X-Men.
Right, yeah, that was so funny.
Great.
Yeah, and
she did the thumbs up, like,
all right then. Yeah. And it's not lost on anyone that she's a lawyer and she in there asking all these questions, intrusive line of questioning. Like, what about this? What about that? So
which was perfect. I mean, it was. She
was in her element,
character. Right? And she wasn't She-Hulk,
right?
But she did it.
She was
Jen.
and that's how she got to where she was. All her achievements were made as Jen. Her relationships with her, her relationship with her family, which they underscored very heavily, the good relationship in her home, with her parents and stuff like that. That's all.
Hey, fellas, as much as I love Jen and I love She-Hulk, the show is fantastic, but I feel like we would be remiss if we did not talk about Daredevil.
Yeah, we got to. Sorry,
we got to talk about Daredevil, and we got to talk about the son of Scar.
We ain't got to talk about that guy,
but we do. We need to point that out. Yeah,
Daredevil. I'm glad you mentioned that, man. While I enjoyed him, I was very pleased to see him. I'm scared though.
Why?
Man, he's he ain't hallway Daredevil, man. This guy is somebody else.
Really?
He's well adjusted. So I 100%.
Right. I was saying
the difference, but I feel like he has conquered his demons. I feel like, I know things are a little fuzzy continuity wise because Kingpin is walking around, but I feel like either this is a different universe, and for whatever reason it hasn't gotten bad with Kingpin yet, or he already took care of Kingpin or thought he took care. I don't know, but whatever. Like this one just does not have the damage.
None. Like he's completely been to therapy. I don't know what's going on.
This
to the point where he doing the walk of shame barefoot in the streets, and I'm like, uh-oh.
And I like the costume choice. Like it's like the year one Daredevil.
Yeah.
Or year two.
The year one. Yeah. Whatever that is. Yeah.
That's interesting. So that means they're completely going away from anything Netflix.
Not necessarily.
Because you know what I mean? Like
unclear.
It's unclear right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed his action.
They're going to have 18 episodes of Born Again.
Bananas.
They're going to tell a story. That's 18 episodes, man.
That
they've
makes
never
me
done
nervous.
that.
What are your thoughts about that, Ninja? 18 episodes? That feel real CW-ish.
That's
really
a
lot
does.
That's a lot. But he's in the street, so it's not going to be a lot of CG, so they can, cut costs.
Man, that's a lot of room to do some stuff too.
It's a lot of room for fluff too, man. Like
I know it's dangerous. I really love Daredevil, and I love the Marvel ones, despite some of the flaws. I loved it, absolutely loved it. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, it's some sticky territory there. Can I say where Daredevil is concerned too? They MCU'd him up not only in his again his healthy outlook on life, but they moved the slider on his power scale just a tad, right? I mean, he's not full on Spider-Man, but he's metahuman agility, right? I mean,
but you got to do it because they.
I love it. No, I love it.
But they raised this. They raised it on my man Kingpin too. Of course.
Yes.
That's how Kingpin is in the comic. Like they dumbed him down in Netflix, but he's on some ridiculousness in the comics. So
he looks like Spider-Man sometimes, which is just absurd. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe it's the
like throwing haymakers at Spider-Man. Like,
yeah. But yeah, I just love that they dialed up his agility a couple of notches. So this one is like, he's clearly a little more physically capable than the Netflix iteration, which I'm there for.
Yes,
I'm down.
As am I. Yep, 100% agree.
Man, can we
Go
talk
ahead,
about Son of Scar?
Go ahead,
I
man.
mean,
I don't know what you're gonna say, but okay.
I mean, maybe I've said it, but like, what? Guys, help me out. Like,
I don't know,
that
man.
was
I don't
was
know what
was
that
I being trolled there? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. What is that about? Do you know, Ninja? What was that about? Like, what are we doing? Is this some World War Hulk stuff? We need to ask Mr. Nuts or
right.
Trip Mallard about this.
I mean, it would have to be World War Hulk, because that's where all the Sakaar.
that's
stuff,
where the Sakaar stuff. Yeah.
He did. I mean, what sent him into rage in the World War Hulk was his wife getting killed, right?
Correct.
So, I mean, if they're it all seems to be coming from, that's like the quintessential storyline, I
but
guess.
that dude's like a teenager. Like,
I know. So
like, when did this occur?
Right. Are
It's
they
not making
retconning
any
it to where he
sense.
had a relationship, or is it some kind of weird alien mess where they go, past that? Yeah, who knows? There's endless possibilities.
Yeah, there's so many memes out there where they show like the comic book depiction of Son of Sakaar,
Mm-hmm.
and you see that, and it's just like, what is happening here? Are we being trolled? Like, I mean, that dude's hairline, man, for real. Like, and the sad look on his face. They were at the Fast and Furious barbecue scene.
They were.
Yeah, it was like
It's all about family.
right. like I felt like we were being trolled on that one too. Like, okay, we just gonna just throw this dude in.
Yeah,
and
but you can't do that. See, now people expect something from it. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
But there were some people going nuts who were like, "Oh yeah, World War Hulk's coming." I'm like, man, I don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
Yeah.
No, I don't either.
Dude look like wheelchair Jimmy, man. Like, I do not want that, man. Like I don't want wheelchair Jimmy, man. I want like I would have preferred Hulk didn't show up at all. Like,
facts.
Like,
right, dude. Don't even come, bro.
He's like, oh yeah, and by the way,
Yeah,
here's my son.
Here's my son, bro.
What is happening?
Child support. It's my weekend.
That was the only thing where I was like, okay, I can't. I'm in on everything, but this is like, okay, I can't add this.
Yeah, man. I don't like that.
Right.
I didn't like that.
But if I was an incel, like I would be enraged. I guess I don't know. Like,
I don't like that.
Yeah, I just like, man, like. So it was very interesting. I'll put you that way. It ended interesting.
It did indeed.
I loved Kevin. I loved the whole
climbing through the menus on the Disney Plus screen.
I thought my Disney Plus thing messed up for a second.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, what's happening?
It threw me off.
It came up and I was like, oh no.
It was genius.
Yeah. Because there was a moment where did my Disney Plus mess up?
What happened? I paid the bill.
Right. And she went through the behind the scenes. I was like, okay.
She did.
I was like, Marvel, y'all are showing out now.
Writing at its best.
Right. And she goes into the writer's room. Right. And the director is sitting right there.
What are you doing in here?
Jessica Gal is sitting at the head of the table, and she's quiet. She's like,
up in there.
Yeah.
She fought some folks to get in there. She was whooping staff.
Right.
To get in there.
Right. Right. Even a non-disclosure agreement.
Right.
She kept scrolling.
Right.
She's like, "Why did you make me do this?"
Right.
I love that part. That was all of that was great.
It was hilarious. Yeah. It was
just
good.
Making fun of Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like, you have to sign the Bible.
Like,
right. You will not speak to anyone.
You will not speak. Yeah. And if you do, done.
Mark Ruffalo is the worst.
Yeah, you're the worst.
Like, they had to put a muzzle on that dude. Like,
dude, quit talking.
Yeah. Don't go to any
Him
talk
and your
shows.
boy Tom Holland do a lot of talking, man.
Yeah.
They be talking. Yeah.
They gonna send the mobsters out after them.
Right. Broken legs, cement boots.
Yeah, man. Yeah. There was something else I was gonna say that happened. Oh yeah, like it was funny. I read this article that Jessica Gal, the director, the writer, she wrote and directed most of it. Mm-hmm. She was gonna quit because Kevin Feige didn't want
to put the hat on.
on Kevin.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what?
Man, come on, man, calm down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You take
Like they
yourself
fought
Even
over
what?
that.
you taking yourself too seriously now. Come
Right.
on.
Yeah, but his defense
Oh.
was he wanted it to feel. I guess where she wrote it was they were just gonna just throw a regular baseball cap because Kevin Feige wears
I've never seen him without the hat. So.
Right.
Always with the hat. Yeah.
Right. So, but the way they did the hat, it felt like it was built
Part of-
with
of
the
the
computer.
unit.
Yeah, part of the unit. So, yeah, I love that. Like if you don't catch that, it's in there. It's pretty neat.
Oh man,
Yeah. So,
that's funny.
yeah. And there was like a comic book shelf. Yeah. I loved everything about this show. I mean, down to the like credits where the hand drawn credits and stuff like that. Loved all of that.
I figured you would appreciate that.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like whoever the artist that did that is just, and each scene was different each episode. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm looking forward to season 2.
Yeah.
For
Which that's the thing though. I guess it would just be more hijinks and defending
Right.
these weird metahumans that we, like this Infinity guy. What was that guy's name? Mr.
Immortal.
Mr. Immortal. Yeah, like
I
weird people
lost
like
it.
that.
I lost it when he jumped out of the window.
Jumped out the window.
When he jumped out the window, I was like, I just
This
came
is what I
unglued.
do. I kill myself to get out of these.
I mean, he
marriages.
literally just like it was just the way his body looked when he fell out I couldn't stop laughing.
So it's
man.
going to be a bunch of that, right? Like her life, because her life is really complicated right now.
Right.
She's in a different place. So it's not this whole, I don't want to be She-Hulk. It's like, I embrace her. Now, how do I make this work going forward?
Right.
She's still trying to date. Of course, she apparently has a thing for Daredevil.
Yeah, because she a woman has needs.
Yeah, that was just it.
And she likes to
She
twerk.
said somebody smashing.
I even
That was
like
hilarious.
they addressed the Megan Thee Stallion thing.
Yeah, they did.
Because that was a little off.
Yeah.
But then later on when they were showing the video, she was twerking back in college.
Right. Yeah, she's been doing this.
She's been doing that.
She was a little drunk, but
she's
this
a pro.
is not. She's not deviating from norm.
Right. This is all gin here.
She's just out here
Right.
for the streets.
Yeah. But I like that.
Yeah, the
she's-
random.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Just the random cameos from these B-grade people were fantastic. Like the Mr. Immortal. I mean, yeah, I remember him from Great Lakes Avengers, which is just this. Just this B-grade group. They're Great Lakes. Great Lakes Avengers. Man.
And then the what's the frog dude? What was his name? The
Leapfrog.
Yeah, Leapfrog. I mean,
and I looked him up and was like,
That's a
yeah, okay, he's
Daredevil.
real.
It's a Daredevil character.
This dude is a clown.
So let me tell you all. He's been a guest on the podcast for Trip Mallard.
Oh my God, Trip Mallard, boy.
He's
the encyclopedia.
Marvel Encyclopedia, and he would call me after these episodes. And the one where she went to the retreat, he called me dying laughing. He was like, "Man, somebody loves Marvel lore, and they have like dug into the comics." He's like, "All those people, 100%, all those are real."
Right.
And he's like, "Yes," and like Porcupine, man. He's like, they would clown
for
Porcupine
real?
even in the comics, yeah. But yeah, he was like, and the vampire guy, like they kind of hinted around that he might be Blade's son at one point, but then they backtracked on that, and like, I mean, all of those are 100% real people. I mean, they're just Z-grade trash tier man bull,
fail characters that didn't take off.
They're throwing them in there, just as a gag, as a joke. And, like we see it.
They
like,
need
man,
therapy,
what is this?
right?
But,
they need therapy.
Yeah.
That dude
But
took off his
somebody
mask and they
actually
said it was a
read it.
fart. Put the mask back
Put
on.
the mask
man.
back on, homie. Felt like smell-o-vision, like you could actually smell it. You was like, dang. Yeah, put it on, bro.
Yeah.
This show.
So that was great. I
man.
particularly enjoyed all that. Yeah.
Yeah, no complaints, man. Like I said, I went in like, oh boy, but didn't come out like that.
Is Marvel winning you over, Wally?
I mean, listen, man. I wasn't like completely divorcing Marvel. Come on now, I'm still going to these movies.
You were,
but I'm very vocal about my disdain when it's there. Yes. I won't say, I'm not gonna act like, what I'm saying. I'm not gonna excuse stuff, but I'm not gonna stop going. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be there.
You turning a new leaf, man.
I'm turning a new leaf, but I would still fold my arms if I'm sitting in there.
Right.
Fold my arms. But I mean, I'm looking forward to 5. Of course, it's a lot of bad news, I hear about, some of this stuff that's coming up here, But that's another episode.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we'll get Blade before our man is 55.
Blade gonna be 70.
Yeah.
He gonna be butter knife because he ain't gonna be sharp at all. Spoon right in peace.
I hope that good dope, that good Marvel dope, does the age reversing properties and keeps the muscle mass.
I know.
Yeah,
You gonna find somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. My man might be creaky by the time this thing comes out. And I want him to have a good 3-picture deal, 3-picture plus crossover film.
Man, 3-picture deal.
But
That
he'll
man,
be
you figured
60.
man.
Yeah, he'll be 60-something by then.
Yeah, boy, and it's hard to get that brown rice to act right when you get an AARP card, man. Listen here. When that metabolism start crawling like a glacier, bruh. Man,
For those listening, if you're not clear, we're talking about Blade. The film got delayed by a year. It was supposed to come out next year. Now it's coming out.
Thank you, Hattori, for providing order.
And the Mahershala Ali that was cast, he's already what?
40-something. 40.
He's like 49 or something. So he's gonna be 50 or 51 by the time the thing
At
comes
least.
out. So,
Maybe he's training with Wesley right now.
You might well bring Wesley back. Oh man, whew, man, you gotta get
And then
somebody.
Delroy Lindo attached to it too. Like he's supposed to be like a mentor or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
he the new Whistler.
I don't know.
Oh,
They
okay.
haven't said.
So he's probably playing. There's another character. Yeah, there's Whistler. Wait, they made up Whistler actually on the animated
Okay,
Spider-Man, and then they took him in the movie. In the comics, it's a guy Jamal something, and that's probably who Delroy will be. I did a little bit of reading, but it was a long time ago, and I kind of forgot the details.
mm-hmm. Okay.
He's like a Louisiana guy or something like that. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, derail.
derail.
She-Hulk was excellent. I think
Yeah,
if you
it was
haven't
good.
seen it,
It was good.
I mean, you shouldn't be listening to this podcast.
Wait,
episode
listen,
thoroughly
yeah, don't be
spoiled,
watching
but-
it. Yeah, it's the post game review.
Right.
Listen, sorry.
If you still hating on it, well,
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Get in line with what's the group? Intelligentsia. Get in line. Get your membership card. If you're still hating on it, they're still taking members.
I loved in that retro. She was typing on the computer. You're stupid.
Right.
Yeah, I just love it. They're just digging.
Yeah,
They
they
just
digging.
kept-
Yeah,
I love it.
They piss a lot of
Keep
people off
doing
with it. Yeah, go on, drive it in.
Keep the energy up.
Drive it in
Yes.
all the way. Yes, sir. But tell us what y'all think, man, out there, man. You know what I'm saying? You can hit us up on Facebook and Instagram at EST982 Podcast. Patreon.com/EST982 Podcast is where you can pledge $1 to keep these lights on at the Steps 982 Podcast. We thank you for both your time and your money. Both are valuable. EST, I gave you the website, right? Yeah, EST982podcast.com is the website. Man, please let us know what you think about the She-Hulk. I can say that I was pleasantly surprised, and so there's been a few series that I've been able to say that about. This one and Ms. Marvel, both of which I was kind of a little nervous about, admittedly, but they turn it around. I'm good, and to your point, Rose, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better about this Marvel.
All right.
I'm feeling better about this Marvel, and I needed something after that Thor. I just whew.
Gotcha.
Yeah, whew.
Just go on and end it. Wally.
All right.
Podcast, man.
Let's end on a positive note
Yes,
and
on a
saying
positive
thank you
note.
again,
Yes.
Ninja, Cerebral Ninja, for joining us, man. It's been a long time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, we got to get you to talk about some stuff that you hate, because those are the more entertaining.
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
I
I could talk about Atlanta.
Man, I know you been going
God
hard on it.
almighty.
Yeah, my goodness.
Good God
This
Almighty.
is us, Georgia.
Oh man, you want to hear me rant about something? Nothing makes me angry. A bad thing makes me angry, but a formerly excellent thing that then turns bad. Oh, that sets me off.
Black Lightning.
So, yeah, like Black Lightning. Yeah.
EST.
That's today's new podcast. You know where to reach us, man. Until then, people, we're out.